friends, welcome to our channel. My name is Esther and this is Q-Est Fashion Hub. Thank you for always coming back to watch our videos, and if you're new here, you're welcome. Please hit on the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified whenever we upload new videos. So guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this beautiful gown with elegant sleeve. If this is what you want to learn, keep watching. So I already started cutting this cloth. I now decided to just film this video for someone out there. So guys, I'm going to be using this fabric for this tutorial. It comes in 6 yards and it is plain and pattern. So the one already laid on the floor is 4 yards, while this wine color fabric is 2 yards. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is to fold your fabric like you can see me do on the screen. I folded in a triangular form, okay, like I just explained now on the screen. So the first thing you're going to do is to place your tape rule like so, and then look for a point where you can get your back measurement divided by 2 plus half an inch. So at that point, that was where I got my back is 14 divided by 2 is 7 plus half inch. Okay, so I just rule a straight line there. After that, I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, okay, and I marked it like that. Okay, so after that, I just came down for my armhole depth. I came down by 7.5 inches for my armhole depth after the 1 inch for your shoulder slope. Okay, so I already have a detailed tutorial on how to calculate your armhole depth. If you don't know how to do that, you're going to check the link on the description box and you see different method of calculating your armhole depth. So after that, I just place my tape rule like so, and I divided my bust by 4 and I marked it there, and I also added 2 inches allowance. So this 2 inches is going to be for ease and for my seam allowance. Okay, I'm not going to be using a lining for this clothes. Okay, so it's just like an A-line clothes. Okay, so just watch carefully. After that, after marking my bust at that point, I came down to my bust point. Okay, my bust point is 10 inches, so I added half an inch to it, which make it 10.5, because you know you're still going to join the shoulder by half an inch. Okay, so I after marking my bust point, I just went ahead to extend my bust measurement plus the 2 inches allowance to that point. Okay, so after marking it there, I just bring out the shape, this A-shape design, this A-shape line. Can you see? I just extended my measurement downward like so. So you don't need your waist measurement. Okay, but if you want to shapen your own, you can take your waist measurement first, and then from the waist you can now extend your hand downward to form that your A-shape measurement. Okay, now for the length of the clothes, I wanted to use 40 inches. So but because it's an Ankara fabric, is 45 inches. So when I folded, I only got 36.5. so I'm going to be using the wine color for the lower part. If you can check the thumbnail, you see that there's a wine color at the lower part. So at this point, I'm just marking 36.5 all the way around, and then I just connected it to form to get my length of gown. Okay, so after that, moving to the neckline, I used 3.5 inches for the neck width, and then for the neck depth, I used 4 inches for the front neckline. So I just went ahead to connect my round neck line like so. Okay, so after connecting, can you see I'm just connecting my round neckline as you can see on the screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. This is the front panel. I'm going to cut it out like you can see me do on the screen. I'm not cutting the shoulder slope yet. I'm just cutting it out like so. So if you know how to draft basic bodies, you should be able to get familiar with whatever I'm doing here. So for the back panel, I just place it on another fabric and I cut out the back panel. So the difference between the front and the back is 1 inch allowance for the zipper allowance, okay, 1 inch for the zipper allowance, and then for the neck depth I came down by 2 inches, okay, 3.5 inches by 2 inches for the back. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the back neckline first, as you can see. So I went ahead to cut the front, and then I just cut at the shoulder slope. Okay, after that I just slit the back zipper allowance opened, like you can see me do on your screen. Okay, so after that I'm just going to go ahead and cut the facing for the front and the back. So a facing is the shorter version of whatever you're cutting. Okay, so that's the back. I'm just cutting the facing for the back. Okay, and then I'll just cut it out like so. I also cut out the front facing. I think I cut that out off camera. Okay, so now moving to the cutting of the sleeve, you're also going to fold your fabric in a triangular form, like you can see me do on the screen. I'm cutting my 2 sleeves together. Okay, I'm cutting both sleeves together. Now that part that is open is going to be on top of your sleeve, or on top of your sleeve. I don't know if you understand why the part that is folded is going to be under your armhole. I don't know if you get it. The part that is open is going to be on the sleeve cap, like on top of the sleeve. The part that is closed is going to be at the armhole. Okay, now the sleeve is a low high sleeve. One part is lower than the other parts. Okay, now what I did was, for the long part, I measured my sleeve length. My sleeve length is 22 inches, but I added extra 2 inches to it to make it long, so that the effect will come out very well. But if you don't want to, you can just use your normal sleeve length. So for the shorter part, which is going to be on top, like I'm explaining on the screen, I use 17 inches because it's a low high sleeve, so that part is going to be shorter. The part on your sleeve cap, like on top of your sleeve cap, is lower than the part under your armhole. Okay, so after that I'm using the sleeve cap of 3.5 inches. I just went down by 3.5 inches on the part that is folded. Please watch carefully, and then I'm just going to connect my armhole like that. Okay, that is the part that is that part I'm connecting from will be under my armhole because it's longer. The part that I'm connecting to now is the part that will be on top of the sleeve. As we move on, you will understand better. Please pay close attention to whatever I'm doing. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just watch what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just going to cut like so, and then follow it like that. You know, after measuring my 25 inches and my 17 inches, I just connected it to get that shape of high low. I don't know if you get it. So at this point I'm just trying to mark out the back of the fabric and the front, differentiate the right and the wrong side of the fabric because it looks so similar. Okay, so that is my 2 sleeve. I already have my sleeves there. Now if you look at the thumbnail very well, the sleeve has ruffles or pleated ruffles or pleats, anyhow you can call it. So I'm going to measure around that part. That part is going to be on top of my sleeve. Okay, so I'm measuring it around. So I have 40 inches there, and you know it's on fold. When you open it up, it's going to be 80 inches. Okay, now that 80 inches you're going to multiply it by 2. But if you want it fuller, you can multiply it by 3 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a fabric that is measuring 5 inches by 80 times 2 is 160. Okay, 5 inches by 160. I think I added a little bit more to it, so you can multiply by 3 or by 2. But it's going to be measured, that fabric is going to be measuring 5 inches by whatever measurements you got after multiplying it. Okay, Now for the lower part of the clothes, which I said I'm going to be using this wine color plain fabric for, I cut out a fabric that is measuring 6 inches. So you are going to measure whatever you have there. That's the front panel, and then you're going to multiply it by 2 or 3. If you want it fuller, multiply it by 3, but if you want it not too full, multiply it by 2. Okay, so it is on fold. So when you measure it, make sure you multiply it by 2 first, because it's on fold, and then you now cut it out. So after that, after cutting all my fabric, the first thing I'm going to do is to use my facing. Can you see that I've placed my facing on my fabric? I'm just going to go ahead and turn the neckline with my facing notch, and then top stitch. I'll turn my neckline with my facing, I will notch it, and then flip it to the side of the facing and top stitch. This should not be a new thing if you have been following this channel. Okay, the long piece that is going to be at the lower part of the gown, which is the ruffles, you're going to gather it. I'm just I will join the fabric, all the pieces together to create a very long piece, and then I'm going to go ahead and also fold these 5 inches. I will join them together also to create a long piece. So at this point, I was done turning my neckline with my facing, and then I notch. Can you see? And then I flip it over to the side of the facing and I top stitch. I hope it is clear. If you don't understand what I'm saying, please pay close attention to what I'm showing you on the screen. So after that, I just join the shoulders of my fabric together. So, and also I close the zipper allowance at the back. Can you see? I went ahead to close the zipper allowance. Okay, now, and I also overlock all the rough edges of the clothes. So now this is the 5 inches piece that I'm going to be using for my sleeve. I folded it into 2, and then after joining it into a long piece, I folded it into 2, and then I overlock it. Okay, and then I gathered it, but I later pleated it. I think I love the pleating part. I pleated it, okay, instead of gathering. So you're going to now attach that part, that one you've gathered, if you decide to gather it. But if you decide to pleat like me, you're going to grab the sleeve right side to right. I'm sorry, I didn't know it wasn't showing too clear like that. My hand was too upward, but just listen to what I'm saying. So you're going to grab that piece and then grab your sleeve, and then the part that already overlocked, that part that is opening, so you're going to just attach that piece to it. That 5 inches that we cut earlier, you know, I folded it into 2, so I have 2.5 inches. So you're going to attach it to the rough edges, those parts that are already overlocked. So you're going to pleat it all the way around. The part that is going to be open, that I said is going to be on top of the sleeve. Okay, I don't know if you understand. So this is the second sleeve. I'm just trying to explain that you're going to grab this piece and then attach it to your sleeve. Okay, can you see what I'm explaining there? You're just going to attach it and then start pleating. If you decide to pleat it all the way around for both sleeve. Now for the lower part, I've overlocked one part, okay, that one side, and then for the second side that I have no overlock, I'll just fold half an inch and fold another half an inch and then hem it all the way around. Okay, now after hemming, I'm just going to go ahead and join the sides of my clothes with whatever allowance you left. You're going to just join the sides of both sides of your clothes, okay, like this, like you can see me explaining on the screen. So I'm just trying to do it in a way that this video will not be too long. So if you have any question, don't feel free to ask me any question, okay, on the comment section. Okay, so now I have attached it to my sleeve. Can you see? Okay, Can you see? So I'm just going to put it together like this. See the way I'm holding it. So you're just going to close it all the way to that 17 inches that you mark when you were cutting the clothes. Okay, you know, one part is 25 inches, one part is 17 inches. So you're going to join it. Can you see? I'm explaining this again. Join it like that, put it together and join it all the way. Can you see the way I'm holding it? So the right side is facing the right side. Now can you see? And join it all the way to that 17 inches and stop there. So you have to stop there and leave the other part open. Okay, and then after that, I've gathered the lower part. Okay, I just gathered it. I did pleat it. I gathered it, you know, I hemmed and then gathered it to fit in whatever measurement I have at the lower part of my gown. Okay, so at this point I'm just going to attach it. Can you see? Right side facing right side. You can pin yours, you can attach it like that if you feel it's convenient for you. So I will just go ahead and attach it to the lower part of the gown, because at this point I've joined the sides together. Okay, and then close the sleeve, and then after that I'm just going to go ahead and fix my zipper, then fix my sleeve. Please, if you have any question, feel free to ask your questions, please. I don't want this video too long, so I'm just trying to explain whatever I did here. So I'm just going to attach all of these, close the sleeve, and then attach it to the armhole, and then attach the ruffles at the lower part to the gown. And then when I was done attaching it, this was the final look of the gown. Can you see it on the mannequin? It was very late while I was recording this video. There was no light, so if you look at it very well, you see that the is not too clear. Okay, so I was just trying to finish up this tutorial for you guys. Okay, so this is the sleeve when I was done. Can you see? I'm just trying to show you guys the outcome. Can you see both sleeve? Can you see how beautiful it looks? I beg your pardon. So this is it, guys. This was the reason I overlocked it, so that even when you are done attaching it, the inside will be neat. So guys, if this tutorial has been helpful to you, please subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like this video and drop a comment. My name is Esther, and this is Q-Est Fashion Up. Can you see the clothes? Don't stop learning, keep learning. I love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Feel free to ask your question. Bye.